Okay. All right. Yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome to the very first live stream of the year 2024. What's been popping, guys? Yes, we are back. We are back, man. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Thank you for those that checked up and was asking what is going on, why you're not online. I appreciate everyone. All right. I want to believe you guys are hearing me loud and clear. If you're hearing me, let me see some yes or a Y on the chat section. This year we're gonna be a little bit engaging because we are taking the stream to the next level. So in my own part, I'll be trying as much as possible with the skill sets available to see how we can maximize the opportunities in the markets. All right, so there is news we are awaiting, or personally I'm watching out for, which is I'm waiting for the trade balance that is coming off in the next 22 minutes, guys. Trade balance coming off in the next 22 minutes. That is what I'm um, fixing my eye on. Already, there is a trade signal here, which already having my trade set up, so I'm just looking for it to trigger and we see what's gonna be the outcome of it. So we just so basically this is the entry, is a sell stop, so we're risking just about 28 pips. So 1:1 this year we are looking out for 1:2 risk reward ratio. So basically, first tip is always going to be a 1:1, especially when we are trading gold. Then a second TP, depending on which structure, takes us to. So which likely is it? So currently the trade has triggered. We are just 8 minutes into the new 1 hour candle. It's a bit dangerous to for it to trigger now, but of course the setup is the setup. There is nothing we can do. We just set it and forget. All right. So, yep. So, yes. So, risking 27 pips, going for ultimately the ultimate target is this, which is about 65 pips. So, basically, I'll be looking forward to scaling out at this point, which likely would be around 46 pips. So that is basically what I'm looking forward to. So I always have just two opportunities to take my trades. So this is the first trade guide. So just be while that is doing its own thing, I'm just gonna be scalping or scouting out for opportunities on US30 and probably oil, because okay, oil already projected. I'm looking forward for it to push into this zone. Then of course I'll be looking out for a correction or a continuation, because if you look at the mid-term trend is on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that price rejected of this supply. So that is a supply zone. Price rejected of that. There was a reaction around that zone, and then of course we did see an intermediate bearish trend. Price is kind of trying to correct the initial trend here. That's the intermediate trend. This is not overall trend, guys. So I'm kind of sensing that if price retests this supply, there should be a possibility of a further continuation in the bearish direction. So that is basically what I'm expecting. I'm watching out for to see how it's gonna be like. From the look of things, it's likely that this trade might end up in a loss. I'm not going to shut it out. I'm just going to wait to see how it ends. So still in the trade, it's too early to exit. uh, at the beginning when it got triggered, I made mention that it was too early for it to trigger, but then again, I can exit the trade. I'm still in it, guys. I'm still in it. So yeah, sorry guys. All right, so let me know in the comment section what are the pairs you were previously looking at before this live stream popped up. What were you looking at? What were you looking at? Um, all right. Okay, so let's go ahead look out for a possible opportunity we might be looking out for, pending how our gold trade turns out. So we are 18 minutes to the release. 18 minutes to the release. Okay, time showing here 17 minutes. So we ain't shaking. So TP1, first of all, looking at, remember I'm risking 27 pips. So anywhere from 27 pips in profit, I'm good. Anywhere from 27 pips in profit, I'm good for my TP1. Then overall, I'm looking forward to at least about a 70 pips drop. So I'm expecting price to break this structure, which it has broken the structure, but it is inconclusive because this particular candle on the 15 minutes time frame have not closed. And this is basically the first 15 minutes candle of this new 1 hour, right? So I want to see how the candle close. That is if we are not taken out, because of course we are not, personally I'm not adjusting this stop loss for any reason, right? I always like to keep my stop loss tight, reason being that it becomes very easy to recover when you have a setup that is uh, a setup that is gonna be profitable, right? So we're still in it, man. All right, so US30 overall, I was looking out for a sell, and it was as of January, the beginning of January, which of course I had enjoyed about 500 pips drop on this pair. It was an awesome one. So for the intraday, I'm just looking forward for opportunity today. This is a forward time frame, and this is a zone which I feel there was some reactions around that zone. So I'm trying to see what market would do or what price would do around that area. So you can see a little bit of rejections, and price had broken through it without a retest. So the price had tried retesting, it had not retested. So what I'm looking out for here is basically I'm trying to see a point of accumulation where price is going to give me that sideways vibe. Then of course I would be making my decision of whatever structure whatever setup is presented. Then again, we cannot force trade. We just trade based off what the market presents. We trade what we see and not what we think. So that is it, guys. All right, so we are in the new 15 minutes candle. So let's see how it goes, man. Remember, still risking 27 pips. That's the risk on the table. If we are taking out, fine. I'm cool with it, man. So 27 pips still on the line. Right. From the look of things, it looks as if we will be taken out or I'll be taken out, but of course, I'm cool with it. I want to see the outcome of this trade. Oh, so I'm not going to be aggressive on US oil, even though it had tapped into the zone that I drew. I'm not going to be aggressive on it. So I still have ample time to make some decision here on US oil because this stream we are not going off anytime soon. We still have about 1 hour to go. So all right. So let me check. Okay. All right. So goal is still dancing. Let's see. So 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. So let me measure it out. So risking 27 pips, of course, this should be, so I think, yep, this should be my list. That's 30 pips. So I'm trading, this tip is best of confluence. So this open and close, open and close. The bearish candles open and close also have this point here. So yes, what's going on? Okay. Right. Okay. It is the waiting time, guys. I've been off the live stream for long. Feels strange, man. Feels strange. Strange, bro. So basically, from the current setup, I'm not really looking at picking a trade on US30. Yes, I missed this sell in the morning. I missed it. So I want to see a very clear setup before I can jump into it. So as you can see on gold, I have identified my trend. So basically, I'm looking out for this volume to be counted. I'm looking out for a counter volume, right? So in other words, I'm looking out for this volume to be balanced up. So from the look of things, this is a 15 minutes time frame. If you look at the trend, it's not an healthy bullish trend. So that is why when I saw this sell, two strong sell candle coming in, and I saw price struggle to push higher, then of course another two strong bearish candle came in. So at that point, I projected that if we are able to break that structure, right, then there's a likelihood that price should continue bearish. That is technically. Now, also considering the fundamental release I'm expecting, that is the trade balance. So I say, okay, if we break the low of the structure, what am I expecting? What would I need for it to keep dropping? Is volume. Now I know that what we are expecting is an high impact news. So this is it right here. Balance of trade for November, high impact news. So if not for anything, there should be some amount of volume coming in. So based off that, I should be able to see a high probability in my favor for price to go in the predicted direction. So this setup is a simple one. I have just given you guys the breakdown. If you want to understand more details with regards to the setup, then you can just engage in the comment section. Then we will be interacting, discussing alongside. So currently we are in profit of how many pips there? So that is 17 pips, 18, and we are just 4 minutes to the release. 4 minutes to the release. So mine, this is 30 pips target, which apparently would be a first TP. So 70 pips in profit currently. Still expecting price to drop. Is the expectation, guys. So that is why I said I am not going to be in a hurry to close the trade. I didn't even feel like closing the trade after all, even when we were in negative, because sometimes I've seen it time with that number, certain trades like this, you close it out and it's like, boom, back in your direction. You're like, why did I close the trade? Why did I close the trade? No. You took the trade, you understand the reason for why you took the trade, just maintain it. Just maintain it. That is how you learn and you grow, progress, make the mistakes, learn from your mistakes, improve upon it, and you'll be able to make some money. So let's say, even as I'm talking to you, my risk is full on the table. The 27 pips is still what I'm risking because with the current movement, I can't afford to break even. If I break even, is just being safe anyway, but there's a high possibility I might be taken out and the trend might still go in my direction. Or I might be taken out and it goes opposite based on because we are just having about 30 minutes for the data release. But either way, I'm good. So I'm not going to break even. Right. That is just me. That is my decision on this particular trade. Because all things being equal, I should there should be uh, uh, volume in favor of the best, right? Ooh, okay. 25 minutes. All right, so we have a minute. Let me grab my charger, guys. Let me grab my charger, guys. So I'm gonna be grabbing my charger because I don't want this laptop to go off, man. All right, so I'll be back, guys. All right, so we're back, and it is time the data has just been released. So this the current reaction. So let's see. So basically, right now we're at break even. At trade is at the entry. Ganang in negative. All right, so like I stated earlier, I am fully exposed with my 27 pip stop loss. It is as simple as that for me. It's worse than expected. Then what should I do? If it's worse than expected, what should I do? It's funny, guys. All right, so US30 looks tempting to go in bearish, but I'm not gonna go in bearish. I'm not gonna even pick a trade. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick a trade. So, all right. So this 30 minutes gold, 30 minutes. So basically, a retest of this structure here gave me some of the confidence that okay, this is a new high created that is based on the retest. This is uh, a lower high. This assuming this is the lower high. So I'm expecting a new lower low. So no, the normal structure. So basically, if structure is taken out, I'm expecting price to continue to drop. But of course, we are still in the trade. So the volume time, as I expected, is here, and I've not actually seen volume yet. So meaning that the volume I expected to come around 1:30 p.m. GMT as at the time of the release is not gonna come until 2 p.m. So most of the time when the expected time you do not see volume, it means that the opening of the new hour candle, that is when they have shifted to bring the volume. So but either way, I'm still in the trade. It's either it's going to be a win or it's going to be a loss. That is it for this trade. Is that going to be a win or is going to be a loss? No closing out of the trade. No. Can you see people are starting the year with fear? No. If you are scared of losing, you should find some pepper business to do. This is a multi-million dollar business, guys. So there's always opportunity that there's likelihood. Yeah. So one of the things I'm gonna be encouraging via my platform is developing a good trading psychology. Yeah. So anybody that is not ready to lose, trust me, shouldn't engage in any business. You shouldn't engage in any business because no matter the kind of business, no matter the nature of your business, there is that um, percentage which there's room for loss, of course. So all things being equal, it's likely this might end as a loss because the previous 30 minutes candle left a little bit of a rejection, and the current candle, which we expected to be our savior, is pushing against us. So, but regardless, still holding on to the trade, regardless. Regardless, I'm still holding on to the drag. Are you crazy? Should I be closing out? Should I be closing out? Nah, nah, nah. Ooh. All right, so it's official that this is gonna be a loss. This is gonna be a loss. It's official now. Because I just saw volume coming in, but of course, I had determined that I'm not closing out of this trade. And so be it. So I stated earlier that US30, I'm not seeing any setup. So I'm passing on it. US oil, I projected that it's pushing into this zone. Then of course, there might be a possible continuation in the bearish direction, and that is what I'm still looking forward to. Finally out. Yes, finally out. Finally out. So first trade for today ended up in a loss because of strong head, which is good, man. I didn't get my 1:1, so just had to let it slide. Right, so let's see if there will be an opportunity here, because I'm not looking out for anything bearish right now. I expected price to dip into this zone, then of course I probably would have considered a buy. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah. So this was a loss. So basically it was a valid trade that, like I explained, but of course shit happens because we had a series of rejection over here. This is on the hourly time frame, and this is a retest of a broken structure based off this. So we saw volume bearish, and the bulls have been struggling for quite some hours. Then of course the expectation was for us to see a price um, continue bearish after the break of this trend line, but of course it did break the trend line, but it did not respect our projection, and of course it's fine. We took that loss. It's fine. It, So basically, look at it. Look at what is happening. News happened, price shooting off the roof, and it's dancing, man. So let's take a look at. It's nice. What's going on? Look at what gold is doing. So spike as usual. Bullish potential. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see. News has just happened. What a mess. In recent times, you can see gold has been behaving very erratic. Look at this. Broke previous structure, ended up leaving a long rejection. So this was basically NFP. This is NFP. So of course I took part of this trade. I was in a sell breaking structure. Of course I exited right here. So this was a win for me. Then of course it did push higher, which was none of my business. I took what I had to take. Whatever happened later on is really none of my business. So you can see even what happened here. So uh, after this rejection, it did push higher, then ended up closing bearish. Yeah. So in recent time, that is how gold has literally been behaving. So really not a surprise. So basically, like I said, US oil, even though price did tapped, I couldn't get aggressive with this. One, I was already in a trade which is gold. Two, I need to see some pattern formation. Remember, gold was a pending order. It wasn't a trade based off pattern confirmations. So it was basically a projection based off structure. Then I had a sell stop. So price triggered, then did its own thing. Right. So the next trade, of course, should be a confirmed trade based on structure, based on pattern, the trend, of course, a break and retest, and there should be an entry pattern for me to join. Right. So we're still here. We patiently waiting to see what US30 has to offer, even as it's currently not giving a setup that is appealing. And of course, I'm just gonna wait. So US oil, even though I had projected that from this point I'm expecting price to tap into the zone, then drop. So of course I needed to see a pattern formation, at least if not within the zone, maybe it tapped and closed below, giving any of my entry pattern, then of course I would have joined. So be it as it is right now, I would say it's an invalid trade. I wouldn't consider this to be a miss opportunity because it does not fall within my trading plan. I don't have any way to be too aggressive by going in with a buy a sell limit, right? Even if I was to go in for a sell limit, I would have considered the middle of the zone. At worst case scenario, the close of this bearish candle would have been my sell limit point. Then of course price did not get there. So all these parameters, all these requirements were not met. So of course this becomes an invalid trade. And even though price even though price pushes back into this zone, give the setup, it's gonna be a 50-50 because I have to consider the structure that it has presented. If it's gonna actually give me a high probability setup, or it's just a setup that it's not really a high probability setup. So first level, second level, third level, right? It throws some wicks to the downside, left a low bottom. Now overall triple bottom, or overall big W, then it pushed. So it was a nice setup. So the expectations here were not odd, they were in place. So look at what gold is doing. It's still not really doing anything significant apart from the fact that it took us out of the trade, or it took me out of the trade, and any other person that joined the trade and did not close maybe a little profit he or she saw. Yeah. So on the fundamental side of things, not really seeing something attractive within my trading hour. Apart from this, which is not a fundamental you would want to bank on. It's as you can see, it's a medium impact news. So I wouldn't want to really pay attention to it. All right. If you have any question, please kindly drop it in the chat box. Let's engage. Right. That's the purpose of the live stream. Get to engage, man. Whoa. Okay. So 4 minutes to the new 1 hour candle. Okay, okay, okay. I see. Okay, I'm just gonna be waiting patiently to see what's gonna happen. Patiently waiting. Wow, US oil is really giving. Whoa, that's about 97 pips, man. That's so that's actually corrected this candle. The size of this candle has actually been fulfilled. All right. Okay. So of course, with what gold is doing, I'm not seeing any opportunity again. Rather, I'm gonna be waiting patiently for US30. Just wanna see what it has to offer. All right. So it's all looking bearish. So we have a new low form, another low. So price has just formed a new low. So apparently it's back into the zone I expected it to get into earlier. So there is basically two expectation here. One is that there's a likelihood that in the next 1 minute, which is the opening of a new candle, we might be seeing that candle push bullish, which of course is not going to really trigger me. I'm going to be patiently waiting at least for the first 15 minutes candle to close. If that happens, then of course it will inform my decision if I should act based on this zone. But because of course, you see, price broke out of the zone aggressively. We can see 1, 2, 3 strong bullish candle before we started seeing some kind of a shady move. Then of course, just as what happened on gold, the bearish trend at some point was not strong. Then of course, in the morning we did see this nice drop on the 50 minutes time frame, a little bit of a correction, then continuation, same continuation right here. So just gonna be patiently waiting. Let's see. Goal has already given us a heartbreak. So we are crying, we are crying. No, we're not crying, bro. So US oil was an invalid trade, but apparently it ended up giving nice move. So just wait and see. Wait and see what's popping. Patiently waiting. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Sometimes streaming is boring, especially when you have to be waiting for trades, waiting for a setup. All right, all right, all right. Okay. So looks like the expected setup is not coming off anytime soon. So maybe so I'm just gonna be patiently waiting. So let me give it to um 2:30 p.m. GMT. Let's see if there's gonna be a setup by then. If not, then I'm just gonna call it a day. If not, I'm just gonna call it a day because there wouldn't be any point staying online when there is no potential setup that I'll be expecting to trade. It's not all the time that you're gonna be getting setups, and you should learn that. Sometimes you learn that the hard way, sometimes you learn that from others, sometimes you learn the simple way. How do you learn the simple way? Maybe through back tests, and when it comes to life, you try to apply what you saw during the back test, and it saves you some money, man, which is one of the best way. And I, of course, um, recommend that. So basically, if it breaks days, then trust me, this is psychological level at 37 500. So which of course also is the lower boundary of that zone. If it breaks below, then I could only think of it testing this, right? So but if there is nothing down within these two zones, then it's a no trade. It's a no trade, man. Still waiting patiently. Okay. So let's see what is going on. Right. Why are the people joining that are not part of this? Alright, so still patiently waiting, man. Still patiently waiting for the outcome of this guy here. So US oil still doing its thing. Yep, 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 yep. One of the hardest part of trading is the waiting. It's the waiting. You gotta wait. Sometimes the setup looks as if it is setuping, then the next moment all thing goes bizarre. So you just got to. So still looking forward for a reaction around this zone in between wherever. So then if there is, then of course I'll be counting on the previous move. So if that happens, then I'll be looking forward to exiting at this psychological level. So basically just looking out for something of this sort. That's what I'm looking out for. Or we might have the next 30 minutes candle pop out and it just shoots. So but either way, let's see how this current candle closes. So we still have about 70 minutes to go for this current candle to close. But trust me, if it breaks the lower boundary of this zone, it automatically becomes invalid. Automatically becomes invalid. So I'm not going to be taking it. Yes. So that is what currently I'm just patiently waiting for. So want to see how this candle closes, then of course I'm gonna make my decision on however it closes. So that is basically about a minute to how it closes. That is 29 minutes past 2 p.m. GMT. So I'm going to be making my decision right about that time. So let's see. Counting on this guy. Also counting on this guy. Ooh. Need to get some water, man. Yes. Okay. What's that? Kaizen, what are you referring to? Let me understand what you are referring to. SPX. Is it that you want us to look at SPX? Yes, please. So it's right at the corner right here. Look at it right there. So this is US30. Take a look at the corner, the top left corner of your screen, then you will see this is US30 I'm currently uh, looking at. Yeah. Right, so still waiting to see. So we have 12 minutes to go, guys. 12 minutes to go. 12 minutes to go. All right. All right. What is going on, man? Okay, okay, okay. So, all right. What is going on? All right, so 9 minutes to go. Just trying to wrap up, man. Just seeing how we can wrap it up. Like I said, I'm expecting a push. Yeah, 30 minutes giving that vibe. So 15 minutes we have this guy right here. So let's see if the bulls I'm expecting is gonna happen. Let's see if the bulls is gonna happen right away. So 7 minutes to go for this 30 minutes candle to close. Then we'll be looking out for an opportunity. Like I said, I'm expecting a dance around this area for it to push higher or just a sharp push. So before the expected time is already giving us this bullish push, but then again we still being patient because it wasn't. I actually wanted to join immediately. That would have given me an edge for just about 25 pips stop loss, and currently I would be in 21 pips or so, would have given me an edge to exit early, but of course that's not my style, especially when I've already taken a loss considering the first trade, which was gold. So it was a sell stop, triggered, gave some profit. When the news came in, it went opposite direction, which of course I'm totally fine by it, man. It's part of the game. So waiting for a confirmed setup. US oil, we did not take the sell because it did not give us the expected setup, of course, and also I was currently, as at the time price tapped into the zone, was currently on gold sell, so I couldn't afford to be in two trades at the same time. Right, right, right. Whoa, just hope it doesn't leave us behind. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. So basically, if you're still interested in this trade, from the current vibe we I'm getting here, there's a likelihood it might continue bullish. Then of course, if you're joining the bulls, what you should basically be looking out for is an exit at this point, that is below this structure right here, which is 2042.47 price level. So if you're joining this buy, of course, make sure your stop loss is very tight. This is what I will be encouraging for those that want to join this buy. So just keep it simple. Just below here, what we are going to be looking out for is not much. So if you are joining this, this is what I can advise you to go in for, expecting that the bulls that came to push price higher will uh, likely continue this push at least to 2042.44 price level. So of course that would be like a weak fill and an extended tap into this zone. So that is an idea for those that want to still go in for the gold buy. But of course, personally, I'm still looking at US30, still looking at it critically. Honestly, I'm not comfortable with the setup US30 is giving me, and we are just 2 minutes into the expected time that there should be a likelihood that volume might come in for a push. I'm not comfortable with the setup, so I'm going to give this a pass. But either way, I'm still going to stay the next 10 more minutes to see how it turn out for just educational purposes. Trade wise, I'm not going in for the buy. Oh, it's even trying to drop. So trade wise, I'm not going in for the buy. Period. Close to the time, like I said, a minute to the time, I will be considering the setup. And of course, as I have just looked at the setup, it does not fit my expectation. So that being said, I cannot pick this trade. It's a minute to the expected time, and that is what happened. Some dance. Okay, it's now going bullish. Right, so it is what it is. I'm not. Look at that. Look at that. It just dropped. So imagine if I joined the buy. So this is basically what happens if you understand a pair and understand how it behaves. So you just follow it, especially if you want to maintain low risk. You try as much as possible to trade in accordance with that how do I put it, trade as much as possible in accordance with your trading plan. Yeah. So overall today we took gold sell. It was a sell stop, and it didn't end positive. It ended in negative. Actually risked 27 pips. So at the end of today, I had lost 27 pips worth of lost 27 pips today. So all right guys, so that is it. Like I said, this particular trade I'm not taking it. I only call it out for those who might be interested. Currently, it's still within the negative side of it. It does not hit the stop loss. So if you did take it, of course, it's always a choice. I made it clear that I am not taking the trade. Yeah. So guys, I didn't get my buy here, so I did not take it. And I think we have exhausted our time right here. So I will be calling it off for today. See you guys tomorrow. Possibly tomorrow we'll be having another session. Maybe tomorrow will be favorable to us, maybe not. So see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for your time, and try as much as possible to go back to watch the video and understand the reasons to why we picked some trade. That these trades are not emotional setups, these are setups taken based on conditions. But either way, some of them, though conditions are met, turns out to be a losing trade. So you learn from it and move on to progress. See you guys tomorrow.